All right, everybody, welcome back to the dumbest cooking channel on all of YouTube, Pitstain Hobbies. We're making a family favorite here. We're having my wife's little brother show up, flying all the way down from Jersey. We're making one of his favorite dishes, which is pepperoni bread. It is absolutely addictive. Got a piece of dough from the local pizzeria, not Pizza Hut or Papa John's, a real pizzeria. And we're just throwing a little flour down, a little more flour down. There we go. Tappy, tappy, patty, pat, 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 just a tiny pat. And then we're just gonna knuckle this thing like our first date in high school, not knowing what the hell we're doing. It's fine. You're gonna do this for another minute. Oh yeah. There we go. You could punch if you don't want to knuckle. If you've got anger issues, you could pretend this dough is your 4th grade English teacher or your ex-girlfriend. It's fine. Okay, once you're done with that, you got to actually man up and toss pizza dough like a real person. Like you're from New York or an Italian, it's pretty easy. Just kind of grab the edges and just go hand under hand. It's not that hard. They make it look fancy. I'm not tossing anything in the air here because it'll end up landing on a dog or a cat and ruin my pepperoni bread dough. And we're just going to layer down on this big, giant, rectangular cutting board. Grab the edges on there. Grab the edges on there. Make your dough obey. That's it. Stick it around the edges of that cutting board. By the way, we've cleaned the countertop very well with hydrogen peroxide and then white vinegar. And now what we got to do, I don't know how to do a time lapse, but we got to, son of a, obey. There we go. We've got a pound, we don't need a whole pound, of very, very thinly sliced boar's head pepperoni from the supermarket. And we are going to lay it down in very slightly overlapping rows from edge to edge. I think you get the idea where we're going here. A little bit of overlap, like a 20% overlap per slice. See, we're a hobby channel, so we're giving you percentages and measurements and stuff. I'm gonna get all this pepperoni down, and I'll be right back. Alrighty then, we're back. We've got about a half a pound of paper thin sliced pepperoni, maybe a little less, maybe a little more. And we've got some fresh shredded, and this I'm very militant about, whole milk mozzarella that you shred yourself at home. Okay, low moisture, polio, it doesn't matter. Shred it yourself. It's worth it. And we're gonna spread about a pound of this amazing cheesy goodness all over this sucker. Nice and easy. There we go. This is gonna have actually way better payoff than a lot of those cringy YouTube short cooking videos where you see somebody piling the most disgusting ingredients into a baking dish and you're like, why do I not have that few minutes of my life back? Why did I watch that? This will be worth every minute of it. Unless you hate pepperoni, mozzarella, pizza, garlic, bread, or life. Okay. Woo! Okay, dog's got some free cheese. Now that all that cheese is on there, we're gonna take our dough and we're gonna start rolling it up here and just pinch it down. And you want a nice doughy center for this. It helps. And then we're gonna just start rolling that. Once you get the second kind of fold over done, we just start rolling her up like a cinnamon bun, except it's Italian and with way more fat and cholesterol than a cinnamon bun. Okay, we're gonna get that fella there. All right, touch her down. The dogs are now knocking my legs out of the way to get dropped mozzarella cheese off the floor. They're trying to knock me over. English bulldogs will try to kill you at every possible opportunity to eat food off the floor. I'm gonna lay down a layer of plastic wrap. We can't say saran technically, right? It's a name brand, it's like Xerox. And what we wanna do here is pull up this outer edge, pinchy, pinchy. Pull that up. We're gonna stitch this thing closed like Frankenstein's forehead. All right, no bolts in the neck. We don't want metal in our food. And then we get that rolled over and we start rolling her. Smooth, smooth, roll, okay? When we have the seam on the bottom, we roll these edges underneath. And now this beautiful shaft of dough, pepperoni, and mozzarella will go in the fridge for a couple hours, few hours to set up and solidify. And then we're going to take it out. We'll do the next stage before it goes in to the cremation chamber. And we'll be right back. Okay, well, we've got our meaty, cheesy, doughy shaft out of the fridge. I actually am letting it warm up a little more, closer to room temperature. Now for my least favorite thing in the entire universe, in the kitchen at least, is peeling garlic. Oh my God. So what we gotta do, separate a whole bunch of these cloves, because we need a lot of slices of garlic to put on top of this loaf. We're not just gonna make this thing just some boring, plain bread-looking thing. It's gonna be absolutely delicious and extra garlicky. So like if you grew up in up north, like New York, New Jersey, and you like cooking Italian stuff, if a recipe says, add 2 cloves of garlic, this is the proper amount to add to the recipe. An entire head, pretty much. So now I'm gonna peel all these, and maybe some ASMR. I'll slice them up on the mandolin on camera, but we'll be right back. Okay, all our garlic is peeled, and I don't want to live life any longer. Just kidding. It's such a tedious, sticky job. Garlic is very sticky. Also, when you're buying garlic, you want to buy garlic that has little roots sticking out of the bottom. Okay, if it's chopped off and scooped out and all white, that means it's from China, and it's been chopped off and bleached because it was grown in sewage. And we're gonna just slice up our garlic. I love this tool. It's basically a mandolin, but you get beautiful, consistent slices of garlic. I'm gonna do all these, and I will be back shortly. Alrighty, all the garlic is sliced up, looking good. And now we're gonna salt some eggs. We gotta beat a couple eggs here. If I was only making one of these, I would beat 1 egg. But I'm making 3 of these, so I'm gonna beat up 2 eggs. All right, it's gonna be like an episode of Family Guy. I'll get that done and return in a second. Alrighty, we've got an air bake sheet out. I prefer to use the air bake cookie sheets. We've got parchment paper down, and we're going to take the condom off of this big boy. Let's see here. What do we got going? We want to make sure we keep it seam side down. And the flowers are still standing. Beautiful. I've always wanted to do that. And it's a little sticky. We're going to just curl the ends back underneath. Oh my God, it's so sticky. Come on, come on. Oh, you ooey gooey sticky shaft you. We got a little damage here. We're just gonna pinch that shut. Okay, so now what we're gonna do, stretch our parchment out again. I need a bigger oven with bigger cookie sheets. That's what I need. I gotta find, there it is. Baster. Got our beaten egg. And we're just going to wash this down with the egg. There we go. It's not an exact science. Just get a decent coating of your aborted chicken embryos on here. There we go. Very nice. Okay. Now that that's done, oh, hello, there we go. We're gonna get out a little knife and just start putting some slits in here. Go about halfway in, I'd say. Gives a nice little look. And it also lets some of the cheese and grease and moisture vent out so the thing doesn't completely blow out at the sides, because that is a very real possibility. Then we're going to get some of our slices of garlic, and we're just going to start laying those down on the top. Our crematorium is preheated to 350 dungarees. Do your own calculations for Celsius. If you can even get good pizza dough where they use the Celsius system. I'm not sure about that. Sorry, Canada and the UK. I love you all very much. I'm sure there's some good pizza dough somewhere around there. I'm sure some Americans live over there. Okay, so we got some garlic on there, and that's looking beautiful. Into the oven it goes. Okay, our lovely loaf of pepperoni bread is out of the oven. And you can see the slices allowed the cheese to spooge out of there a little bit, which prevented blowouts in the side of the dough. We don't want a full blowout there. We got a nice crust on this. We got to let this cool off for probably 15 minutes before we can slice it. So I'm going to let this rest, just like a fine steak, and we will start slicing into this thing and show you the amazing ooey gooey, meaty, doughy, cheesy goodness of this giant, delicious shaft. Be right back. All right, well, she's cooled off for a few minutes, and now we are going to slice in. So the butt end is going to be mostly bread. Well, we got some pepperoni in there, but some of the most delicious bread you've ever had. And then we're going to take another little slice. Oh, it's still a little steaming hot. Oh my God. And let's hold it up with the knife. Ooh, pepperoni and cheesy and so delicious and garlicky. This thing there's the money shot. That's what you want. You want that nice, yummy, gooey, cheesy amazingness. And oh my God, look at my fingers. Sorry about that. That's so gross. Don't do that on a YouTube video and ever again, Ian. I'm going to slice the rest of this up, put it on a serving tray, and the brother-in-law and his wife are about to come over, and my father-in-law and his girlfriend, and it's a long story. So either way, thank you for coming to the first episode of Cooking with Pitstain and our absolutely amazing looking, cheesy, delicious, gooey pepperoni bread. I don't know. The wife egged me into it. Now I've got to wipe my hands off before I can hit the stop button on the mic. Okay, so there we are. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe. Please comment. Give me some pointers. I'm not a cooking video channel. But yeah, if you want to see more of this, comment below. If you don't want to ever see me cooking again, comment below. Again, either way. Thanks, everybody. Adios.